Hunters don't fight alone. They command beasts, fire arrows of deadly precision, and survive where others starve. But where does their power really come from? Ancient bonds? Wild instincts? Or something primal even they don't understand? Today, we're tracking the truth behind Azeroth's deadliest survivalists. So, hunters draw strength from the wild itself. Not like druids, their power comes from dominance, kinship, and just sheer stubbornness. According to WoWpedia, their bond with beasts is not magical, it is earned. You tame a wolf through patience. You tame a corehound by coming prepared with oven mitts. Hunters will always find a way. But of course, one of their biggest strengths, hunters adapt. Elves like Sylvanas use shadow-infused arrows, while dwarfs rely heavily on guns and traps. Even trolls channel lower spirits into their shots. Of course, you have the wild hammer too, even bonding with griffins like family. Yet no matter their style, one rule unites them all: respect the wild or become its prey. And Legion reinforced this with the artifact weapons. The Titan Strike rifle was literally powered by a mechanical wolf spirit, because if anybody's crazy enough to merge steam tech and animal instincts, it's the hunter. Of course, with the assistance of a Titan, hunters are not that powerful. But becoming a hunter isn't just about aiming straight, it's about surviving everything. The fast riders of Kel'Thuzad train for centuries in precision. The Dark Rangers, they stalk their shadows as undead, unyielding. And then there's Hemet Nessenwary, who treats extinction like a shopping list. But the real test is the bond. Now in Legion, hunters proved their loyalty by reforging their connection to Haiti, of course through Titan Strike. But troll hunters? They bargain with Animal Lower. Though druids may channel the powers of nature, so too do hunters, just with a little more gunpowder. Cross them and you'll wake up as a rug. But the final lesson is adapt or die. When Illyria returned with void powers, she reshaped what it meant to be a hunter, now wielding dark energy in her arrows. Hunters really are resourceful. Now let's hunt through the abilities that define these trackers, and some of the interesting lore behind them. Bestial Wrath. This isn't just pet gets angry, it's unleashing the beast's primal spirit. Now, lore-wise, it's tied to the ancient guardians like Ursok, where the hunter is channeling animal spirits through both them and their pet. Aimed Shot. That charged sniper shot is the primary attack you see from any hunter in lore, even used by Amber Kernan in the Jade Forest. And of course, Explosive Shot. Goblin hunters love this one. Originally it was actually just dynamite until gnomes perfected it with remote triggers. And finally, Cobra Shot. Named after the lower worship, troll hunters whisper prayers with every shot. This one is heavily embedded in troll lore. Now, hunters in vanilla. So if you are, like myself, a bit of a cut content and what could have been fanatic, you may have noticed in old builds, notes, and even mentions that hunters have been virtually unchanged from inception to integration, and there's a reason for that. They were actually the last class to be added in World of Warcraft, most likely explaining the auto-shot weaving mechanics, one of my favourites actually, but since it follows the same principle as warriors. But this means that every idea or concept to improve hunters came after, and us as players got to see the class evolve from Blizzard's dev POV. So my first character in WoW was a dwarf hunter. I named him Wilderwolf as a reference to my dad's character Bad Wolf, which is actually of course a reference to Doctor Who. Unfortunately it's just gathering dust on my EU account as I've moved to Canada since, but my memories of the hunter still remain. Whether that's like taming my first pet from the level 10 quest, cluelessly searching for a snow leopard around Karanos, running out of ammo in the odd dungeon, and strangely a vivid memory of being stuck in a tree in Teldrassil, jumping off and landing on the branch halfway up, trying to get back to the shore. It was a much simpler time. Anyway, that's just some of my experiences, of course, and there might be some jokes around the hunters as classes of ease, whether they're ninja pulling, pet pulling, or just a general noobness about them, but for some of us, they were our first comfort in this game, and we wouldn't be here without them. Hunters draw power from Bond, from Bolt, and from the untamed wilds. But what about those who wield nature's vengeance? Next time we'll ask, where do druids get their power? Finally. Spoiler, it does involve less pets and a little bit more tree hugging. But please smash like if you want it, and check out the rest of the channel if you're new. We do plenty here. But thank you so much for watching. These class videos have been so much fun to make. So do have a very lovely day.